One ingredient in the SPF 50 minimalist sunscreen has sent in everybody in a tizzy, wondering whether it is safe to be used in your skincare. Well, no one is to be blamed because there's just so much information about different products and more so about retinol, online. Some of the data is not right, some of the data is very right, some of the data is very, very dubious. And the thing is, nobody knows the data aa kahan se raha hai, and that's the biggest problem, right? So in this particular video, I'm going to be answering the top 10 to 13 questions that I've received for the sunscreens, just so everybody is at peace in combining the SPF 50 minimalist in their skincare routine. The first question, and this is going to be a fatafat video because I just want to keep it about the questions. The first question is, what is the percentage of retinol in SPF 50 minimalist sunscreen? It is less than 0.2%. which is very low. If you want to understand percentages better, you might want to visit my retinol video. It describes what the various percentages mean. Second is, will the retinol interfere with the retinol that I'm already using in my skincare? It is not going to interfere in the skincare that you're already using because it is again at a very, very low percentage. And within the sunscreen, remember, it is a small part of a larger formulation. So even if it is 0.2%, what you're getting on your skin is not going to be powerful enough to interfere with your current retinol skincare. So completely good to use. Third, can I combine it with my current retinol usage? Yes, you can combine it. Now your question might be, किसको डाला क्यों है retinol को? Retinol forms a very important part of being able to fight the free radicals. Free radicals are part of the pollutants in our environment which actually age us dramatically, right? And especially the Asian skin, we are more prone to, okay, let me not say Asian skin, especially the Indian skin, we are more prone to pigmentary disorders. So retinol becomes a very important ingredient. Along with that, the retinol in the sunscreen will also help in building the collagen in your skin and also will be acne fighting. So it's a great ingredient to really have in your sunscreen. Go ahead and use it without any tension and stress. No problems there. Question number 4, can it be combined with the niacinamide serums? Absolutely, you can combine with the niacinamide serums because again, the percentage is really low and this retinol is not going to interfere with any of your actives. So even if you're using alpha-arbutin or Azelac, you can combine it. Even if you're using vitamin C, you can combine this sunscreen with your vitamin C. There's absolutely no problem of irritating your skin or of it causing any sensitizing effect. Question number 5. Do the filters give enough protection in SPF 60? Yes, they do. They are very modern age filters and a lot of the details is available on the website, especially the testing and everything else. Please go and look at it for better or deeper understanding if you wish. But I have covered all of this in the previous videos. The filters are really good for your sun protection. Question number 6. Can this be used as a primer or not? It is not an alternative to primer. Now, I'm not somebody who does makeup, so I don't use a primer regularly, but it's definitely not an alternative to primer. You would still use it, you would still use a primer and then use the sunscreen. In fact, the brand recommends that you use it before your makeup as well. It's not going to interfere with your skin. Now, remember, yahan pe it's a little depends on the experience and also your expertise and also what other products you're using. It's hard to say it as a blanket statement that it's not going to interfere because with some kind of products it might, with some kind of skins it might not work. So testing though you'll have to do on how it's going to work on your skincare, especially when you're doing makeup, because every product will have a different oil component, hydration component, or the water component. So the interference product by product to pin that down is going to be very hard. But as a general experience, it is advised that you use it under your makeup as well. It is good to be used. Question number 7, do I need to wipe off before reapplication? Now, the brand suggests that you really don't need to do it. It will go on very easily. Now, again, it really depends on your skin type and it also depends on the kind of day you're having. I have experienced that if I'm sweating a lot and if I try to, reapply sunscreen, it never works well. There's going to be pilling, it just never goes on as smoothly as I would like it to be. It'll just have, because of all the hydration on your face, right? But if you're like spending indoors and you're not sweating, you don't have any direct sun falling on your skin, you could just go in and reapply it on your existing application as well, and it might work very well. Now, this may not work if you have very oily skin, because your skin level hydration is again different. The oils on your skin are different. So my advice is that, work with your skin and see what really works well. The number one requirement of a sunscreen is to protect you. The standard way to reapply sunscreen is to always wipe off the previous application and before you go in with the second application. It just helps the filters to set in better and to give you proper protection. It does not mean that if you reapply it, it's not going to work. It's still going to work, may work a little less or a little more. Again, we don't know that very well, but see what works for you and your experience. If you're completely fine having a little blotchy experience, you're outdoors, it doesn't matter. You don't have to look like a glamorous thing and all that. It is okay. Trekking holiday, who the hell cares ki blotchy hai skin, right? So you can go ahead and reapply it without cleaning it up. But again, it really depends on your day and depends on your skin type. But the brand's advises that it is not really required that you wipe it off before you apply it. It's going to go on just as smoothly and easily. My understanding is that it definitely depends on skin to skin. So there's no standard answer to it. Go what works with your skin. Let your skin guide you. Question number 8 is which one do you recommend for oily skin and dry skin? Now, both of these are suitable for all skin types. Both sunscreens are supposed to be non-comedogenic, so that it works beautifully for the acne-prone skin. Now, keep in mind, Minimalist as a brand and as a company create products that help you battle acne and pigmentation very well. So this is something that they would start as the base of doing any product. They can't give you one product for fighting acne, another product which actually doesn't care about whether you get acne or not. So for sure, these are non-comedogenic, and if you look at the ingredients, they're very, very safe ingredients. Now, if you have fungal acne, then there is a community post I've made which lists about 1,000 ingredients that can be triggers for fungal acne. So make sure you have a checklist against that. But when I saw the ingredients, I didn't find any trigger for acne or for fungal acne also. But again, remember there are 1,000 ingredients, so it could be missed. To make sure you have a look. Ultimately, skin to hamara hi, hame khud dhyan karna hai. But these questions are valid, and miscommunication always happens. Just like there's so much misinformation about retinol. In fact, if you remember, I made a post on receiving 2 sunscreens from Minimalist without asking for it. That was the result of miscommunication also. I was contacted by a PR agency and said, we would like for you to collaborate and do a video. And I was like, I won't do it till I don't get the tests. And we never spoke to each other again after that. And my assumption was, ki theek hai, they've not been able to send the data to me right now. So let me just buy the sunscreen and do the video. And I went and I did that. Then I got the PR product from Minimalist. And I was like, unasked for, unaccounted for, ye kahan se aa gaya? And I made a post about it and even spoke about it in one of the videos. But it eventually was clarified that that was sent because there was an assumption that I will go ahead and do the videos, and so they were sending the products out to me. So ye sab baatein hoti rehti hain. So just like retinol, there's so much misinformation around. It's our job to clear that misinformation and to move ahead in the interest of good skin. So you can be rest assured that the retinol in this sunscreen is not going to interfere with your skincare, is not going to interfere with any of your actives. Question number 9 is, I'm in the retinization process with peeling. Will this sunscreen sting? Acne prone skin can get sensitized with a lot of other actives as well, not only just retinols. I personally have also been using the Minimalist sunscreen, and there's absolutely no stinging and no burning, which is so incredibly important when your skin is sensitized, right? So it does not. Now, you might have an extremely sensitive skin and you still might feel a little bit of stinging. In such a case, if the stinging passes away in the first 50 to 60 seconds, you are good. You can go ahead and use it. It's only if it continues to burn post the first 3 to 4 minutes and you're uncomfortable, then my recommendation is to not use the sunscreen, because at no point do we want our skin to be irritated, because that is not going to be good for the skin under any circumstance. So let your skin guide you. Always let the skin guide you. And the last question is, will it work for very, very oily skin? The SPF 50 is better suited for the very, very oily skin because it has retinol and it has niacinamide, both of which control the sebum levels in our skin. Retinol over a period of time is able to control the oil production of our glands, which is very, very good, right? And so yes, it is going to be better for very, very oily skin. It will work better. But keep in mind that both the sunscreens have nylon and have silica to help absorb the sebum levels. And so both the sunscreens from the Minimalist SPF 50 and SPF 60 will work very well for oily skin. Then the second last question is, are there water and sweat resistance? They are mildly sweat and water resistant, not too much. So if I would say that if you're sweating too much, you might want to reapply more frequently. And you definitely can't go to the pool with this. You're going to an open pool and expecting it to give you sun protection. It's not water resistant at all that way. The very last question is the retinoid used retinol or is it some ester like retinol palmitate? The retinol that has been used in this sunscreen is pure retinol, it's not an ester form. And so you're definitely going to get the benefits of anti-aging, collagen building, as well as lower sebum production, and most importantly, anti-pigmentation when you're using this sunscreen. All in all, I think they are brilliant products and I've been completely loving using them in the last few weeks that I've been using them. I can't wait to get them out on my mountain holiday next and see how it goes when you're going on a hot, sweaty trek. For more, I'm going to meet you in the comment section.